glad you're here, man. Good to see you. All right, let's get this party started. Just made myself some fresh coffee here in Puerto Rico as we're waiting for a hurricane to come. I don't know if you've been watching the news. We got a pretty good tropical storm brewing out there. They say it might hit Category 1 tomorrow. So everyone's all excited around here, battening down the hatches. And then, of course, they said when it gets north of us, they think it's going to go Category 2, 3. So everyone's kind of pumped up, exciting. It's the biggest storm I've seen in 4 years. Everyone's like, aren't you worried about hurricanes? And the answer is no. It's kind of fun and exciting. And if it's really bad, we just get on the airplane and fly out of here. So it's like a bowling ball you see coming for 3 days. It's not like California, like, oh, I'm in an earthquake and everything's doing that. I'd be more worried about that or a tornado dropping on your head in Oklahoma. So this hurt. Although before I lived here, just while we're waiting for a few more people to jump on, I used to make fun of Rob and Gene. Because when Rob and Gene moved here like 5 years ago, the island was having earthquakes. And I'm like, Rob Flick, I go, you better sleep in your life jacket, Rob. Because that island's going to go like Atlanta, the lost city of Atlantis. Whoosh, and you're going to go to bed and wake up floating in the Caribbean, maybe sleep in your life jacket. But he gets a laugh last now. So I love it, love it. Okay, so what we're going to do is I want to mix it up a little bit today. So I am going to go right to Sean House. Sean did not know I was going to do this. Yep, that's right, Sean. So unmute yourself, baby. Jason,
okay.
You're next. And Frank Crandall, you're after Jason. Yeah, that's right. I got everyone's attention today. So, and then Shelly and I have a little surprise planned for you. So Shelly Johnson's going to come up in a little bit here. But Sean, real quick, I want to ask you a few questions. I see you on here all the time. How long have you been in real estate now?
Since 2000.
Since 2000, so 24 years. You're no rookie. And what was your background like? Like what companies were you with, and what attracted you to EXP?
I had been with Coldwell Banker. Well, actually, when I first got into business, I was in mortgage lending for 3 years. After that, I went to Coldwell Banker. Then from there, I moved over to Keller Williams because they had a cap. The year before, Robert Warner told me about this company. And later when you came to one of our events, and actually you were the event, and I moved over.
Where was that again?
I'd been a little boutique office a year and a half ago.
No, where? Santa Barbara. That's right,
Santa
Barbara. Okay, yeah.
And so whenever he told me about EXP, that blew me away, because I didn't think that it could get better than. I figured I was going to leave the boutique office to go back to Keller Williams so I'd have a cap. But whenever EXP offered the possibility of monthly income, healthcare, and stock, I'm on board.
Yeah, because guess what? Monthly income, healthcare, rev share, and stock, none of that was at Keller Williams, our beloved Keller Williams, was it? And so
nothing.
You're like, I'm in, and I see you. I know you're pumped and excited. So good. I love it, man.
We're having the event this Friday, by the way. We got 8 people. I was glad to look at your little post, because you said you start off little. So that was good. Anyway, we're starting off little this week. We'll see what happens.
Everyone write this down. Everyone write this down. Ready? Liz Brown, write this down. No, you're driving, Liz Brown. Just memorize this, my dear. Don't despise small beginnings. Everybody. Tony Robbins started with a guy trying to lose the habit of smoking cigarettes, and he had him in a hotel room, and he's screaming at him and trying to tell him to be strong, get in the state. He's shoving like 40 cigarettes in his mouth and lighting them and smoke them and just being crazy. And he laughed. He goes, that poor guy. I hope I never see him. You know, he was learning. Even Tony Robbins was learning, but it was him and one person in a hotel room. I mean, don't despise small beginnings. And who's on here? Melanie Weaver. Wasn't that you, Melanie? You just did an event and you spoke for 2 hours, Melanie Weaver. Was that you?
Yes, that was me.
Melanie. Yep. Now and correct me if I'm wrong. Thank you, Sean. You're awesome. So I'm gonna go from that. You're the best. Yes. Melanie, you're an attorney, right?
Correct.
And you said, I'm going to do an event on what I know, which is, what do you know? Tell them what you know, Melanie.
Well, I just kind of follow the NAR rule changes and the settlement, and I'm in the Kansas City area. And so that's something that's just natural to me to follow that and keep an eye on it. And so we did an event, and even
You
though my
did
tech
an event.
crashed, yep, I did an event. So we did it
And
at
you
a
told
lender
me
at a bank,
you had 12 people show up.
correct?
And you spoke for 2 hours because you were passionate on the subject. And you said, quote unquote, I know my stuff. I'm comfortable with this. I understand this. And you're able to give them a high level. And so don't despise small beginnings. Now, here we can learn. This happened to me too. Did the lender put out? The lender thinks, oh my God, all the agents care about their profession. These are pros, not amateurs. I mean, the whole world's coming. So lender puts out like 25 chairs and they had 12
Yes.
show up. So instead of putting out 10 chairs and adding two, he put out 25, yet 12 empty chairs. So that is a rite of passage. The reason
Yes.
I learned about chair psychology is I too have had meetings. I did one in I think I've mentioned this before in Las Vegas. We had 700 people show up, and we had 1,200 chairs. There were 500 empty chairs. To this day, it's the worst meeting I've ever done at EXP. We had 700 people there. So it doesn't matter how big you get. You really got to pay attention to the chair situation, because empty chairs is like, I'm the only sucker that showed up for this thing. You could have 700 people like, what was I doing? And as a speaker, it's like you're trying to pump air into the room, and the room's just, there's nothing. There's no energy. Small rooms jam packed, or small rooms with the right. And it's okay if they're standing room only. It's okay if you're asking men to get up and give their seat to a lady. It's okay if you ask the people who've been around and have a little bit more experience to please step out of the room, make room for all the guests. And how many do you have at that meeting? 25, but the room held 10. And they're just jammed in there, and it creates this momentum. So Melanie, I am proud of you. You did awesome. And it only gets better from there. Your first is your first. The first time I kissed my wife, it got better after that, right? The first time you made a baby, everything's, awkward and weird at first. And then it gets to be fun and you get better at things. And so, Sean, you're doing a meeting that, back to Sean. Thank you, Melanie. Is there anything you want to add to that before I get throw you off there, Melanie? Are you good?
No, it was great. And I have another one booked in a couple of weeks with a different bank. So I'm going to try to be brave enough to put the chairs up, because she's already talking about getting it all set up and special for me. And so I'll be brave enough to maybe change it.
You got to be high D drivers, and you are the boss. You guys are all bosses. That means you control the chairs. You control the temperature. You want the room cold. You don't want a hot room. You control the chairs. You make sure there's coffee and water in the back. If you want to get crazy, have some iced tea. That's crazy, man. If you really want to get nuts, put a bowl full of granola bars that you bought at Costco. Little food, little something to eat. If something to get to eat and they're hungry, give them something for their blood sugar. Give them a little granola bar, cup of coffee, some iced tea. We're good. This is not catering. This is not Eddie V's and Fleming's and Ruth Chris and Mastro's Ocean Prime. This is, and there's a time for that, where you think, oh my gosh, I have this really powerhouse guy from Keller Williams, Tom Costello, and I'm going to take him to McConey's. And Tom, unmute yourself. How many times have I taken you to McConey's? And you couldn't even count the amount of times you and I would hang out at McConey's.
For years, it has been our thing. It is one of my favorite things. I used to live in LA. I'm in Sacramento now, but for 20 years, I was in LA. Every time I'd come up to Sacramento for the holidays or 4th of July, didn't matter. Brent, what's up? We got to meet. And he'd meet me at McCooney's. It was just
absolutely.
That's been in our friendship.
Yeah. And did I talk about EXP for some of those years? Probably. He's mad at me for not. I didn't.
I'm pissed because I wish you'd have gone, get your head out of your ass. And
so here's the deal.
And get in EXP.
Tom told me no. He's happy at Keller Williams. I leave people where they are till they're ready. And Don Yoakum, a year doing what he was doing. He's like, why don't you just shake me, Don? Don's got 1,200 people now. I go, Don, you told me no. I love Don Yoakum. I love Tom Costello. I'm not begging anyone. Steve Hillier's on here. Steve Hillier told me no for years and years and years. And he would call me up.
You should have spoke up, buddy.
But see, here's the deal. I want you to understand, you're not begging anybody. You can run with 100 or drag one. If I would have talked Steve into it, years and years. He wasn't ready. He would have been miserable. I've always got people on the back burner, and what I do is just love them. And he'd ask me, "How's EXP?" And I go, "Man, it's awesome. So how's it going at Keller Williams? What's going on? They got you speaking yet?" He wanted to be a trainer and a speaker and this, and he would speak in the thing. And I asked him all about his life. Make it about their life, not your life. And when the timing was right, Don Yoakum beat my door down. Steve Hillier beat my door down. Tom Costello beat my door down. So I have these relationships. I don't go out with them every week. Tom, how often do we go to McCooney's? Once every 6 months?
Yeah, whenever I come to town.
Yeah. And I was his friend.
We're overdue, by the way. Just saying. All
right. I'll be back in September. We'll go to McCooney's.
My birthday's 17th. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it's funny. There's all these amazing quotes from Abraham Lincoln and Henry Ford and Winston Churchill. Never, never quit, his famous never, never quit speech. So my team was looking for a quote for me, and they couldn't think of anything. I just copy people, Tony Robbins. So outside my door, thank God, on the side of the hallway that nobody sees, the quote is, "Let's go to McCooney's, Brent Gove." That's my quote. Let's go to sushi, basically, essentially. That's what I'm known for. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Love you for it, Brent. Thank you.
Love you guys too. Jason Justek. Now, Jason, you live in Indiana. Did I get that right?
Yes, sir.
Come on, man. Go Pacers, right? Roll.
Yes.
I was almost said Roll Tide, but that would be a bit of the wrong part of the year.
That's Alabama. Yeah.
I know. So, how long you been in real estate, Jason?
So 9 years there. Look at,
there it is, right outside my office. Really profound quote, like Winston Churchill and Abraham Lincoln. Okay, go ahead, Jake.
9 years been in the business, creeping up on 10. And I originally started with Keller Williams myself. And then when independent, independent is when I joined Amanda and Rodney Hurt. We were independent, then we came over to EXP as a team. And then since then, I've been able to branch out.
Before you go that step, why? What inspired you to make the leap?
From independent to EXP?
Yep.
I remember
your relationship with Amanda and Rodney. Was it you saw? I'll explain. You saw stock and rev share. Was it a combination? Like, what was the motivating impetus?
I remember Jeff and Marcy Willems coming to town, and they talked to us all about it. And then we started asking questions about what it could be and what is this? And Amanda, I remember, said, "This is something that bigger than we can ever give any of you." And that stayed in my heart. And that just really, all the walls just came crumbling down after she said that. And I was like, let's go. And then that year,
hold on, time out. What did she say again? Say it one more time. What did she say?
She said, "This opportunity will give you guys more in life than we thought we could ever give you."
And that just spoke to you. You're looking.
Just spoke to me. Well, and it was that because I believe in Amanda and Rodney. And it was that where when they said that, I was like, man, we're on to something. And this is exciting. And I didn't quite grasp the whole picture, and it took me a couple of years to grasp it. But now where I'm at, I think of that a lot. And that motivates me to share that and be able to help others see that.
I was talking to Tina Call this morning. She said she spent 2 years just selling real estate and a little bit of attraction. She said it's her greatest regret. She says, "Why did it take me 2 years to see it?" Now she's got 1,500 people. She's hell bent on going to 3,000. We literally decided to build Europe next September. Who wants to go to Europe? Let's go. We're doing it in Spain. We got the resort. The resort has a golf course on the beach. What do you want in life? Golf course on the beach. And I do events at resorts. It's $2-3 million. They want to help pay for the event because they want this particular person who knows them in Spain, lives in Spain, an EXP agent who just joined us under Jackson, Steve Jackson up out of Chico. They do luxury, high-end. Well, this is a high-end luxury resort. They go, we'll underwrite it. We will help. I've never seen a resort go, we'll just stroke checks and we can all stay at this stunning resort. So we're going to do Build Europe next September is the plan right now. We had to sign contracts and do all that. But Jackson, how funny, Jackson calling right now. Hey, Jackson, how's it going?
It's good. You remember Edward from Colombia, Vegas, and Mexico?
Colombia, is in the country, Vegas and Mexico.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember Edward.
200 acres there. He owns a big broker there. He's in Vegas selling new construction. He owns the he's a resale. He's a yacht and private jet.
Sure, yacht and private jet. Sure, yeah. What about him?
I just got the text message and he goes, "I think I'm ready to come over now." And
cool.
So,
How excited are you about Build Europe?
I'm totally, and that's what I was mentioning it to Nikki, and she goes, "Yeah," just like she said, she's gonna build out some massive teams. Like she's already in this I'm like, wow, I gotta get her back with Brent because she's just wow. She's already got a 6-7 that we're talking. I'm talking to her to commercial, but this guy in particular I'm talking to he's international, and part of me before last time is I almost have a thing that I almost want to connect him with Vanessa because his international connection.
Yeah. So Vanessa was a business building consultant for the best real estate brokers in the United States from Spain. And she's like, why am I building their companies? I'm going to build my own. So she joined EXP. Now you have agents in what? Italy, France, Spain, all over now. Huh?
Almost Portugal now. Yeah.
Portugal.
Yeah. Colombia and Mexico.
Colombia, Mexico. Awesome. And you live in Chico, a little farm town 100 miles north of Sacramento, right?
Yeah.
I have you on a Zoom right now. I got a handful of my friends listening to you talk about this, and I wanted to inspire them. You were an independent broker up in Chico. It was you and a handful of agents. You also own a property management company. You also do flipping. You also do hard money lending. You also do investing. You also, you do it all, baby. I wouldn't doubt if you have some Bitcoin, and then you're just calling people all over the world. He's thinking globally. And it is rocking. Jackson has momentum. Pay attention to that name, Jackson Steeb. I'm bragging on you in front of a group of people. I've been going around the horn hearing from different people. I got to run, but I saw you. I was literally talking about you and the people you have going on that we're doing Build Europe. And this is, you guys, it's that easy to do, Noel Kreider, Russell, Kelly Metcalf, Tommy Costello, Liz Brand. It can't be done. And you just stick with it. And you've my phone died. Poor Jackson's gone. All right. Anyways, phone went kapoosh. But you get the idea. I think I interrupted you, Jason. I'm sorry. Jackson called it. It was funny. We were talking about it. But anything you want to add to what you were saying, brother, before we keep going?
Man, it's just exciting. Having that conversation. We've got other Ian Main is out in Spain as well, so I want to connect him for Build 2025. It's going to be fabulous. And man, the way that things have transformed, I could have never asked for more. And I'm from Indiana, and I always say, hey, this little boy from Indiana has been able to go in numerous states now with his business and 4 other countries. So it's huge, and I applaud everybody who's paved the road for us.
That's awesome. You're an amazing dude. Hey, real quick, Jason, you're in Santa Barbara. When is your event for people who have people in Santa Barbara, San Luis Obispo, Central California? When is it? What day? What time?
We're going to have our event this Friday at 1:00 to 2:30 at La Cumbra Country Club, Hope Ranch. So,
and what's your topic?
Business review.
What does that mean?
EXP business review. Hold on, let me pull up I'll try and share to everybody the copy of the.
I don't think you're not a co-host. So you won't be able to pull it up unless you could show it on your phone. But so just there's his name. Look him up in Workplace, Sean House. If you have people in the Central California, and I know Andrew Avalos does, I know Frank Crandall do, a lot of you do. Would they be able to bring people and let them join you at the country club?
Yes, we have. It's a room that holds 20 right now. If need be, we can expand it. But yeah.
Okay, so everyone knows 20 means 80. You jam them in there. 20, think sardines, man. Get the energy going, you guys. There's room. We have never turned anybody away. So you could look Sean up on Workplace, reach out to him if you want to put people in. Frank Crandall, no, Frank managed RE/MAXes up and down the Central Valley. He had 4 or 5 offices you managed for RE/MAX School. Frank, how many offices did you manage as a general manager?
9.
Nine offices. And he was at Keller Williams team leader, general manager for Remax. He's in EXP. He now has, I think 400 or 500 people in his organization kicking butt. He's my golf buddy. We golf in Puerto Rico. We golf in Bend, Oregon. We golf in Cabo, wherever I can get him and talk him onto the golf course. Love Frank. Frank, why EXP? Why did you leave Remax as a general manager? What inspired you to make the change?
Well, I will never forget this as long as I live. James O'Brien, who runs Remax Gold in Sacramento, he said, "Hey, have you ever heard of EXP?" He says, "Do you know Brent Gove? He moved over to EXP." And I go, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." That day I left the building. I called Gene Frederick, and Gene Frederick told me to get in touch with you. And that's when I called you. And I said, "Brent, whatever you're in, I'm in," because my escapades through real estate has not given me the money that I deserved. As a matter of fact, after 11 years with Keller Williams, I just got my profit sharing check from Keller Williams, and it was $3.12 after 11 years.
Yeah.
11 years.
Kind of fizzled there a little bit, no doubt about it. By the way, Frank was the easiest person I've ever sponsored at EXP. I've always said nobody ever called me. I stand corrected. Frank did call me. I'd forgotten about that. But I'll tell you this, when Frank got into real estate 85 years ago or whatever that was.
95.
95. Yeah, 1995. Yeah. Long time.
Yeah.
Who'd you call and go to lunch with at McCooney's? Interesting enough. Because he called me. I'm like, let's go to lunch. And he's like, where do you want to go? I go, McCooney's, of course. And so Frank and I sat there and he said, you think I could be a good real estate agent? I go, Frank, I think you'd be amazing. So I get the credit for getting me into real estate back when we drove the Model T Fords around or whatever it was, long time ago. So, I had built and been in touch and been friends with Frank. We go back 40 years. Yep. We actually go back before that when I was 19. I'm be 59, so 40 years we go back. Love you, buddy. Okay.
Love you too.
We're going to wrap up today with two more people. I'm getting to you, Shelly. Real quick, Andrew Avalos. Now, you have been a superstar broker, producer. You've been selling 30, 40 homes a year, 50 homes a year for a long time. How long you been in real estate, Andrew?
18 years in just real estate, selling real estate. I did mortgage just before that.
Yep. And you were very successful. You had your independent brokerage, I believe. And then you were talking to Kevin Cooper and Joey Satriano, and they inspired you to switch over to EXP. Now you have a large organization at EXP. He's one of the top leaders throughout Central California, be Stockton, Modesto, Manteca, Fresno. He's got people all through there, Elk Grove, and kind of going south. I have a ton of respect for him. He's John Maxwell certified with the Leadership Academy through John Maxwell. He is I've been watching him grow as a human being, and it's pretty exciting. Is he perfect? Nope. Am I perfect? Are you perfect? Nope. But I think it's amazing. And I just want to publicly call you out, Andrew. Every day, not every day, I'd say 2 to 3 times a week, he sends me proof. My phone died. Today he sent me a book he was reading, yellow highlighted out, and he'll read whether it's the Bible or a John Maxwell book or Zig Ziglar or Scaling Vern Harnish. There's different books, but he's always sending me what he's reading. Go, oh, this is so good. I'm like, oh man, that's so good. And I write it down, but he's on the personal growth track really hard. I just wanted to call you out and tell you, I recognize that. I see that. I get emotional when I think about it. I'm super proud of you, man. Keep it going, baby. You're doing it.
Thanks, Brent. Thank you. That's a lot to me. Thank you.
Yesterday, he said to me, he goes, I think he made a comment. He's like, I've never been so happy in my life. I've never been so filled. I feel like, you made this amazing. I go, dude, you've already won. I mean, success is not a destination. It's how you feel here. The car, the house, rev share is not going to do it for you. I mean, and you think, well, why are we doing EXP? Because you got to do something. You got to pay your bills. It's good. But you got to learn to be happy today. Tomorrow will never come. It's an illusion. Be successful. Be happy today. Love your husband, your wife today, your kids today. Take times. So I think I shared this last week. I'm going to go back to you, Andrew, for the final word. Then we're going to Shelley. But a friend of mine got cancer, and he realized it in his 60s that he missed his whole life. He goes, I missed my whole life. I literally missed my life. He worked 60, 70, 80, 90 hours a week his whole life. Because all I did was chase money my whole life. And he was so full of regret. And I said, dude, it's not too late. You're still healthy. You're going to beat this cancer thing. You got your kids. You can go make things right with your kids. But don't be the person that misses your whole life. Well, it's easy for you to say you have money. I took my wife out when we were broke. We went to Taco Bell. We had Christmas at the 99-cent store. Don't point your fingers at me, right? I mean, my church gave me a check for $100. I was still the little league coach. I was still the soccer coach. I didn't miss it. But I did. Okay, well, today is the first day of the rest of your life. Get it right today, moving on. But Andrew, I'm proud of you, man. I've seen you make huge strides. Anything you want to say about what inspired you to leave your independent brokerage and join EXP? Like, what was the impetus, the inspiration?
Well, for me, at the time that I came to EXP, I was actually the broker record of my own company. And I'm sitting in a building that I happen to own outright. And this is where I was, running my business.
Right.
I realized I was running a business by myself. And it was the buck stopped with me. And I didn't realize I wanted something better for the agents that I had in the brokerage. And I knew that being an independent broker, I couldn't provide it for them, nor could I provide it to myself. So it wasn't that hard of a decision. I made the move, brought a few people with me, and been working on growing it. And
you just made a bunch of new videos to reach out to independent brokers that are in pain. I got to shut you off because I'm almost out of time for Shelley, and Shelley was my big thing today. Anything you want to say, like in the last 20 seconds?
Oh, thank you. Just thank you, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. Thank you.
Right on, buddy. Love you, man. Love you. And I would like to get to more of you, but Rob, can you make Shelley a co-host? I tried to do it. For some reason, I couldn't make her a co-host. I don't know if I unmade myself a host or what I did when I was hitting buttons. But Rob, if you could make Shelley Johnson a co-host, that would be awesome. Shelley, so you guys, I wanted to wrap up today's thing with any of you on the East Coast, any of you within 2, 3, 4 states, get on a plane, fly to Charlotte. I will see you there. I'm flying in September 10th. And on September 11th, we do day 1 of Charlotte Build and then day 2. Shelley's sitting in her motor coach in Montana in front of her 20-acre home, 10 or 20 acres. I don't know. It's in Big Sky Country. She's remodeling her log cabin dream home. It'll be done hopefully next month, but it could be another month. It is on those remodels. So it's supposed to be done in May. So she is in a motor coach. That's what's behind her. And her and Kevin, you're gonna fall more in love or get divorced. I don't know, man. 2 of you in that tiny little motor coach. Oh my gosh. It's a test. It's a test of your love. But tell us a little bit about Build Charlotte, what's happening. That's 2 days, the 11th and 12th. Share us. And if you want to share your screen and you have anything you want to show us from your laptop, that's cool too.
Yeah, so Liz Brown, I see you on there, and I would love for you to come. I'd love to collaborate with you a little bit. We have a Zoom happening on Friday at 3 p.m. Everybody on this call is invited. Please, please, please invite your agents, because how you grow is helping and empowering other people. And we all show up to these things, but sometimes our agents don't realize how important it is for them to be here, and they're looking to us to just share the wealth of knowledge. But every time I get on one of these calls, I was just blowing my phone up with Barry Pulver about international, and it's just so much fun, all the great things.
Barry's from the UK. Yeah,
he's from the UK. I was like, we got to get together with Brent on this. So I learn every time, and then you're cascading.
How do people join that Zoom on Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern?
It's zoomshelly.com. Thank you, Brent. Or thank you, Rob. He put it on there, zoomshelly.com, passwords 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's basically
is the chat. If you open your chat, there it is. Zoom Shelley. Take a picture. Yep. Phone. Grab your phone or do a screenshot. Zoomshelly.com. Password 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going.
And share this with your folks. I created some graphics. I realized something today that I called Brent. I'm a slow learner. I realized today that people love things done for them. And you know what? You could take a graphic that looks like it's about you and turn it into about somebody else and about their group and about their organization, and then help them like craft this write-up right here that you see. Winners building winners, like send them that in a text, send them in an email, send them the graphic pre-made. You just flop their names in and out. I'll show you.
You're showing your screen. You're
I'm
talking
going to.
You can't see it.
Yeah, I'm going to show. Hold on one second. Bear with me. Bear with me 1 second. So like this. Oops, can you see? Hold on, wrong way. So that's like Karen Head. So I wrote Karen's Impact Leaders. So, and then she can send, all I'm flipping out is her name, you know, Robbins, and it's got different people on here, their group. So they can send it to their group. It's coming from them, not just me.
You know, it's not Shelley's Impact Leaders. So it's like Noel Cryer's Impact Team, and Noel's taking the boot by the, the horns by the, whatever it's called, that thing, right. The horns, grab the bull by the horns. There we go. And she's gathering all the people in Auburn, but keep going, Shelley. That's a great example.
And so what this event is all about sales and helping people build their business, and also some revenue share as well. But we've got our MC on here, Daniela. Y'all don't know Daniela Stonefield. She's emceeing the event. She's amazing. She's a former newscaster. Totally she's going to tell people how to show up in video and help people be more comfortable in front of video. She's emceeing our event. She's amazing. And we've got David Girls on here. He's built an incredible organization. The guy has got people in his organization doing $45 million a year, $300 million a year. The guy is a connector of great people. And you know what we've done? We put his people on stage because David doesn't need to be there. He's already he's already there. We're building his organization. So we're putting their people on stage to get them there so that they can be seen. So if you can like put the other people in spotlights, it helps everybody and it builds their confidence and it makes them feel like a leader. Because sometimes I never saw myself as a leader till Brent told me I was a leader. I was like, I'm like, I just sell real estate. I never saw myself as an attractor until Brent said, you can do this. And when people empower you, that is where you get your belief. And when you do something, action makes a believer out of everybody. So as you build as you take action, like with what Melanie did with her group, and Sean did, those are actions. That's why the small groups go to turn into big things, because you just keep compounding the effort of everybody. And if you take your effort and you just compound it, your groups will grow faster. But Build Charlotte is going to be, we have Phil Stringer there. He's going to be talking about artificial intelligence. We have Brent there. Glenn Sanford's going to be there. We have our Leo, our CEO will be there. Amy Weaver. We're doing luxury certification. So if you get your agents there, be thinking about not just yourself. Think about who you could get there and fly there with them. Like say, hey, if you could go with this, I want to go to this. Will you be my partner in crime and go to Charlotte with me? I mean, let's go do something great together. And
let me stop you right there. Stop you right there real quick. I don't care where you are in the US, if you got a really good prospect, go, hey, I'm attending this Build conference, building a life, building legacy, building a future, building retirement, building health and wealth. It's in Charlotte. It's a huge deal. It happens once a year, the 11th to 12th. I'm going out the 10th. Come with me. And if they don't go, you don't have to go, right? But you can say, I'm going. People are looking for the invitation. Fly with them on the 10th. Get them in a room. You get a room at 10 for a couple of days. They come back. And all of a sudden I convinced Shelley, I don't see her, I lost her all of a sudden. She's
right here. I'm right here.
I convinced her and Craig, her business partner, to fly to San Diego. They came, she got the information, got inspired, saw the big picture, goes back, you sponsored 25 people, something like that?
Oh yeah, 25.
Something like that. Yeah, 25, 30 people. Yeah. No, seriously, that first year or two, you sponsored 25, 30, 35 people.
Yep.
You said that like I made it up. I don't know.
It's true. It's true. I mean, we like literally, I remember it was Christmas time. I was telling somebody yesterday, we were in a line at Cabela's buying some gifts. And I will never forget, Bill Price texted me and said, Shelley, look at your revenue share this month. And it was $12,000 that month. And I was like, holy moly, this is really real. Like, this is really, 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 really crazy. I'll never forget that, because it's like, as you grow this, you hit like $2,000 a month and $3,000 a month. Just think about that. What the effort took to get you there. it's going to be easier to go to 12. It's going to be easier to go to 30,000 a month. And that is life changing. So this event is built to build that for you.
Absolutely. Did yours ever hit 20,000 a month?
Oh yeah. It was awesome.
Really? Oh, that's pretty good. Did it hit 40,000 a month? Really? 40,000 a month every month. That's pretty good. You couldn't have broken 50.
Yep. It's crazy.
Oh, she's like, oh, just for fun. Just the fun. Did it get over 80,000 in a month? Did that ever happen? It did. Wow. Wow. Yeah. And so real quick, were you selling real estate when you got an EXP?
Yes.
Were you working your butt off, burning the candle at both ends?
Killing myself. I thought I was going to die a realtor.
But that was prior to EXP. Time out. No. But when it gets to EXP, busy people get things done. So you kept up the pace of selling. I remember you selling quite a bit. You're selling this, selling that, selling. You're running your team. You personally had huge numbers. And then you also somehow carved out the time. It's never convenient. Success is never easy. Everyone would be successful. But you made the time. And then all of a sudden, did your revenue share income overcome? And you were doing over 100 million a year in real. Well, no, I think you were only doing 40 or 50 million a year when you joined EXP, right?
Correct. That's correct.
This year you got up to where you're doing like over 100 million a year, 120 million a year or something. Correct. But then the revenue share shot by your income in real estate. Is that a safe thing to say?
Absolutely. It's the best thing that's ever happened in my family or to us, and our organization and everybody in our group. And that's where my passion comes from, is help. I love hearing I love seeing the first group of 5 people getting together for an event. That's a powerful event. My best event, I had 0 people show up.
There you go. Because that event, what happened at the event when nobody came? What happened?
It was the best event ever because we made it into the best event ever. We called people in advance, so we had pre-marketing. We were at the event, and we're like, I said, the girl that was with me, I was like, we're doing this. She was so disappointed. I said, this is so exciting. We have no pressure on us to speak. I'm like, we can now have fun together.
There's only one way to go, but up.
That's
the next event, if you get one person, you've grown 100%. We have 100% growth in our events. Life is what you make it, you guys.
Follow-up was
I
awesome.
watched you, but my point is this: for everyone else here, a lot of these people still sell real estate. I realize you don't have to. She bought the home next to my home here in Puerto Rico. She bought this big ranch in Big Sky Country, Montana. Has the ranch. She's able to do that. But I want to talk about how you had to really kind of burn the candle at both ends, do both at the same time, real estate and agent attraction. And it wasn't easy, but was it worth it?
It was well worth it. Take 6 months, the next 6 months, by January, February, like you're going to go all the way through March, carve out time and just go at this hard. Like go at this like your life is going to depend on it. Like your family will never survive this unless you go after it. Go after it like that for 6 months. And the first month, the first 30 days, get on this call, come every week and share what you're doing in the chat. Like, let's all let's do this together. Let's share. I'm in this with you. I want to grow everybody in this group, in our company. I want us to be the best company out there. And let's share. I talked to 10 people and I got 2 people are thinking about it. Like, we don't have to talk about it on the chat, but let's just share it in the chat.
I love it.
I mean, I've got like 10 people coming to build. I've got like whatever going on. Like just get stuff going because action, Brent is right. Action makes it happen. The momentum will not stop.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like Liz with her social media. I remember when she started social media, Liz Brown, and she started just going after it. And she's probably one of the best social media people I've seen. I mean, girl crushes it on social media. I remember that. We managed to, we're babies.
So Shelly may look sweet and nice. She's a stone cold killer. She makes Ted Bundy look like a child. Anyway, she looks all in the seats. That's her superpower. You have no idea that it's a rope of dope. Anyway, so couple things. If people want to come to Charlotte and hang out with us and go, I'm crazy, I'm going to fly there. I'm bringing some one key person with me, and they come back and your life changes. Because you think, well, I already went to Build LA. I already went to Salem. I already went to Dallas. What's your point? I went to 9 of them or 8 of them, but I'm going to be there. I find the time. Well, that's you.
I know.
You're special. I think you're special. Fly out. How do they get to Charlotte? Is there something in the chat? Is there a
Yeah,
flyer?
there's a
You can share your screen. I want you to share your screen, man. Show us.
okay.
I
Sorry.
made you a co-host. I know it's okay.
All right, let me show you stuff. Okay, hold on. I apologize.
Is that the view from your house?
Which one?
The backdrop.
Oh yeah, that is actually. Is that crazy?
Yeah.
That's my backyard.
That's actually, I recognized it. That's the view from her. Is it 10 acres? Is that what it is?
We have 20 acres, enough for our horses.
Excuse me, an extra 10. 20 acres. Yeah. I wouldn't know what to do with 20 acres. I'd put a bunch of cars on it, make it a junkyard. All right, keep going, keep going.
All right, so here's the build. Here's the Charlotte build, and this event is first class, guys. Like, we are rolling out the red carpet. This is like Cabo or going to Dallas. When Brent did the big event in Dallas, we are doing this right. When your people come, they're going to feel loved. They're going to feel like they're a part of something. It's going to feel great. So you're going to love this. We've got our all the information's in here. We've got our speaker lists. We've got our build. Where's our video? We have a sizzle reel.
Should be under build.
It's right here. I don't see it, babe. I don't know. We got tons of speakers, but I don't know. I'm not good at this. This is like where I'm weak, Brent.
I know. I did throw this on you in your defense, but here's the deal. Look at the top that says charlottebuild24.com. Take a picture with your cell phone. I always take a picture with cell phone. By the way, I usually use my phone to keep on track because I don't have a watch and there's no clocks. My phone died. I just realized we're way past 2 and we're actually into the mastering sales with Brent Gove. So Shelly, I want you to, any final comment you want to make on Charlotte? Just get the link in there. It's $99 to attend, right? The tickets are $99.
$99. We've got an early bird on that. And we are really working hard to hit their numbers. We want to hit 1,000 people because we're going to get Brent to ride a horse.
If they have 1,000 people there, I have to come to freaking Big Sky Country and get on a horse. Those of you know, I like to look at horses. I feel like a dork on top of a horse. I'm not comfortable. I don't like it. It's not my thing. So anyway, so that's their dream, is to make me ride a horse. May you have 999. All right. So so now you know how to get to Charlotte. So Shelly, I'm going to make you our guest speaker for Mastering Sales with Brent Gove. You have 60 seconds to give, because I blew it. I missed mastering. It's never happened before. I've never just missed Mastering Sales with Brent Gove. So rather than shut it down and restart late, give them, I'm asking you to brag. Have you ever sold $1 million house?
Absolutely.
Have you sold one for 3 million or more?
8 million is my max. Actually almost 9 million. 8.9 million.
9 million. Have you done any commercial real estate?
Yes.
What's one of your bigger commercial deals you've done? 2 million?
So our biggest is around $24 million. And then they turned around and sold their business for $140 million. In fact, the people that I sold that business to, they're actually speaking on stage, and they went through the recession, almost lost everything. And they're real business leaders. So we're having business leaders come speak at this build event too, on how to be just masters at building a great business. They're amazing. You're going to be blown away. But go ahead. Do you have more questions for me, Brent?
Yes. So I want you to share one tip about how to, I want you to talk about how successful you've been in real estate, and her team does over 100 million a year right now. She hasn't even been there for years. And then she's got people like David Gurwells from Gurwells. Did I say that right? Did I butcher it? Thanks. Everyone messes up my name. Unmute yourself, David, real quick. Before she share, you're going to share a final sales tip, how they can either help buyers buy, sellers sell, lead generation. So think about why I asked David one question. David, you saw EXP on Hilton Head. If you have a referral in Hilton Head, call my man David Gurwells. Give him a call. But David, you have 20 people in your group on Hilton Head. You're newer to the company. How many people you got on Hilton Head now?
As of today, 105.
105 agents on Hilton Head. Hilton Head's a big island. They have great golf. The average home price on Hilton Head's what, 300,000, 330? How much is it a house?
We're about $1 million. Yeah.
About $1 million. She's got 105 agents, all on average. Every sale they make is $1 million. He'll be doing billions in sales. David, congratulations to you. I lost you. There you are. You went right. You just shot on my thing.
Thank you, Brent.
Anything you want to share with everybody about your excitement for EXP or what's going on before Shelly gives us our tip and we're done for the day?
Yeah, it's been the best business move for me. I came as an entrepreneur, wanting the advantages of feeling like I was an owner in a company, and EXP, it's been great for me. And Shelly has been quite the force, Brent, you as well, in helping me grow that organization. And we're just getting started. Really excited about the second phase of growth here. So I just want to thank you both. Both been awesome for me. Thank you.
I would say your action speaks so loud I can hardly hear what you're saying. I knew about you before you knew me. I heard all about you, how incredible you were. Have I been to Hilton Head speaking for you in your business?
Yes, and you have done so much. Yes, thank you so much.
I will come to anybody wherever you are, but you got to put in the effort. He put in the effort. There was smoke. It's rocking. I show up, man. I'm going to pour gasoline on that fire. And I'm going to celebrate you with you when we rock the calm and you have 1,005. Forget 105. You're 1,005, and then we'll go from there. By the way, you look like an entrepreneur. I love your look, baby. It's really a cool vibe. With the little goatee and all, you look good. Shelly, okay. You get the last 1 minute. Give them a powerful mastering sales tip to earn some now money in the short game. Let them have it.
Right now, what you need to do is you have got to get on the phones. I know that sounds old school. I am old school. I am belly to belly. I like getting in with people. Pick up the phone. I'm telling you, you call more people, you're going to have a bigger effect. I got this. This is an old school book. I've not had one of these for years, but a guy that David introduced me to, one of the top people in all of Hilton Head, has the biggest business, sold billions and billions of dollars in Hilton Head, gave me this book, and it's a sales mastery book. And you know what it is? It's an appointment book to keep appointments with other people is what it really is, right? This is what you need. You have to talk to people. I use this thing like it's my Bible. I literally, like the other day, these are my notes. I write in it all sloppily because I'm ADHD, but I'm telling you, it's just action, 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 action. It sounds so silly. People like to be students. Take what you're learning and apply it. Don't sit here and listen to us tell you what to do. You have to pick up the phone. You have to call that person that scares the bejesus out of you. Make those calls. I'm talking to me too, because there's people I'm afraid to call to this day. I had an agent yesterday say to me, Shelly, well, why would they want to do business with me? I'm like, because you're you. Because you're uniquely you. That's what's special. They want you in their life, and they're waiting to be asked to the prom, and people aren't asking them to the prom. Whether it's a seller, they just don't know how to get there. They're like, oh, well, I have a 3% interest rate, or interest rates came down. They're ready right now. And all they need is that phone call to push them over the edge. They're busy. They're like thinking about selling their house, but they just need the phone call with a couple of actionable items on how to help. You're going to help them get there. Kevin had a call with a couple of guys, and they were like off their game. They were playing some golf, goofing off, and they're ballers in Hilton Head. He had a call with them. They've literally put $4 million under contract in 1 week from making some phone calls. $4 million in 1 week. And one of them was exactly what I just described. Somebody who was thinking about it for a while, but they kind of were on the fence. Well, they put action behind it. He figured out a solution. He went into a neighborhood, found them a home, and they're buying a house and they're selling their house. That's almost $2.3 million worth of sales. So I'm telling you, like, just make the calls. Someone is going to connect with you. And it doesn't have to be like that. Hey, you have a house for me to sell? That's, you guys know that this is just like, how's your family? What's going on with you guys? Where are you at with, what's happening? Have you thought about, people have equity in their homes and they want to buy investment properties. They just don't know how to go about it. Be that resource, be that solution, and get after it. I'm telling you, it will work. And set these goals. And next week when we call, I really would love to see us on the 1% call, like just putting in our numbers. I think that would be so fun. Like, I want to see everyone feeling it. Whether
we invite you.
Yeah.
We invite you to do that.
I want to do that. I'm gonna be accountable. Next week, you watch.
I believe it. I believe it. So I feel sorry for Kevin. He's cooped up in that motor coach with you, and she's like a maniac. She's doing it. But they literally they've really done things right. And we love helping people. Like, we don't want to just ride horses, fish, and we want to be with you guys. We want your dreams to come true. Tommy Costello, I want you to have 100 people than 1,000 people. Liz Brown, we want you. We're here for you. We're here every week. So I will say this: Tony Robbins says two things. If you're Rob, can you pull up Bill Pipe's ad for this Thursday? But while he's doing that, Bill Pipes this Thursday. Tony Robbins says, if you're in your head, you're dead. Thinking about buyers does not help you put buyers in contract. Doing what Shelly said, get on the phone, work the phones, call. Say, I'm not going home till I call 50 people tonight. Play games with yourself. Or I'll take my wife out to dinner at freaking Fleming's at 8 o'clock tonight. I'm going to stay at the office and pound the phones like a maniac till I talk to 50 people. Or I'm going to call 50 people about listings. I'm in a contest. I promised the people I was with I'd make 50 phone calls. Anyone who might want to sell their home or a restaurant or a building. Don't just do residential, do commercial. You can refer the commercial and get a massive referral fee. So they go, well, I don't have a house. I'm a forever home. But you know what? We have a building we have a warehouse we inherited. We got this restaurant. I don't know what to do with it. They instantly sell them. They can't run the restaurant. They can't run the dry cleaner. I don't know how to run a dry cleaner. I just want to sell the dry cleaner. And so we get this stuff all the time. So if you're in your head, you're dead. Massive action. What'd Shelly say? I'm old school. Hit the phones. Hit the phones. Make the calls. Same thing with agent attraction. It is not difficult because you do not try it. It's because you do not try that things are difficult. I used to say, I'm not coming home from the office till I do X. If you have a financial need and you're worried about buying groceries for your family or making a car payment, do not go home from the office until you do X. And then give yourself a reward. Well, Brent, I can't afford Fleming's right now, or Ruth Chris, or Eddie V's, or Masters Ocean Prime. Go to Taco freaking Bell at 9 o'clock tonight after you make your darn God calls. Do not play your violin for me, because I've slept in my car at events. I've brought granola bars to events because I could only afford to eat granola bars at the events. I tried to go bankrupt in 2009. I don't want to hear it. I just don't want to hear it. If you argue for your limitations, keep them. I saw a bunch of people from Northern California in the Zoom. Bill Pipes, in my opinion, the number one sales trainer in North America, is in Sacramento. He's in Roseville, Rockland, at the Board of Realtors. It's from 10 to noon. It's free. Then everyone can come to my office afterwards for lunch. That's free. And we don't announce that from stage because we have too many people at the event, but I'll tell you guys. And it's this Thursday. Today is Tuesday. Get on the phones. Noel and Tom and Clark and Steve, and I saw a bunch on there. This is in your backyard. This is a gift, and it's a great broker agnostic thing to bring to. Bill kills it for 2 hours. They will get shot in the arm. Promote this, call everybody, and that's what it takes. That's how you grow. And don't be in your head. If you're in your head, you're dead. It ain't going to happen. Don't torture yourself. I think we're about done. Shelly, do you want to say anything as we wrap it? We can pull that down, Rob. Thank you very much. Anybody you want to say anything?
Make it easy for people. That's all people really want. Make it easy for your clients to do business with you. That's all you got to do. People love
I'm going to ask you, what do you mean by that, though? That sounds great, but how do they make it easy?
Make it easy, meaning like you be the one that reaches out. Don't wait for someone to reach out to you. Be activating people into action, because people are waiting for that. There was people in my own group that I was a little nervous about sending, like, hey, would you like for me to be the one to help you promote to your group? And I sent it to them. They're like, oh my gosh, gracias. Thank you so much. They're so grateful just for the easy button. And I thought I might offend them by making it easy. I really did. I was worried. I'm like, these are big leaders, the people I really respect. And I was like, oh, maybe they wouldn't want to have my graphic, but they loved it. So I'm just telling you, like, that's the same thing with clients. When you reach out to a client and you make it easy for them to have the conversation, they might just be a little nervous. There might be something embarrassing going on in their life. They may be going through a divorce, or there may be something going on with their mom. There's just things going on in people's lives. And if you're empathetic, ask questions and let them tell you, all this business will uncover itself for you. And you make it easy and say, look, let me help you through this. If I could, would you? Like, if I could show you where your house is valued at, would you be, that's a really valuable question. If I could, would you? That's for agent attraction or for selling houses.
Or buildings or restaurants.
Or anything.
Right? Businesses. Let me come over with my business partner. He's a commercial expert. I'm a real estate residential expert. Let me bring him. And I love to throw this in. Your home, your business, your building, I bet you it's worth a lot more than you think. Mm-hmm. Let us come by and tell you, like, ooh, I'd love to be surprised. My building's worth that. What do you think it's worth? Well, I think it's worth like 1.9. What if it's worth 2.3? let us come over and tell you. It could be it's 1.7. And then you brag on your partner in commercial and this and that. But let me come. You need as many opinions. It's a big deal. So Shelly, great job today. Great job, everyone. Great 1% / mastering sales combo. Never happened in the history of the planet, but it happened live today. So many of you were a part of this. We love you. And by the way, this Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 Pacific, we are doing zoomshelly.com, password 1234. So if you want another shot in the arm, you will love it. That's only 15 minutes, but I'm giving out a challenge there that may send you halfway around the world. I wouldn't miss it. All right. Well, as a reward, and we'll talk about that is this Friday at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. Love you guys. Have a great day. We'll see you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.